And I got the text to back all this up, guys, and I won't give you snippets. I'll give you the whole thing. Okay. Like a week or so goes by, and then I get a text, and he's like, "Hey, I talked to the band. We got to pay them $5,000, and the band said they're going to come and play the show." Just that's how he announced it to me, and I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" I was like, $5,000. I was like, "Ouch, Patrick, this is a little chunk of change, don't you think?" And I was like, "We don't even have no money. The Whittakers haven't even been paid yet." I'm like, $5,000, and I was like, "I don't think that's a good idea." Verbatim, he said, "That's what the Whittakers want." And I was,
so guys, I want you to understand that he still has yet to address the viewership money.
And I thought about it for a while. I didn't know if the Whittakers actually wanted it or not. I didn't know him good enough at that point. I had my doubts that it was the Whittakers wanting to hire this bluegrass band. My thoughts is he plays the banjo, and he was hoping to kind of use that pull that he's got now to get on stage to be a banjo player. But I could be wrong. But
see, this is bullshit, in my opinion. And let me tell you something else. Didn't he say it was on his first visit there that he knew that Patrick stole $1,200 from somebody, that he stole somebody's tools that couldn't be replaced? He didn't share that with anybody, and he still gave $4,000 of people's money to Patrick. What's up with that shit? Just asking for a friend.
I wrote him back and I said, "I tell you what," I said, "I'm on a very tight budget, and I don't think it's a good idea." So I said, "How about this?" I said, "If that's what you and the Whittakers really want to do, you guys do it. If I can help you in any way, you need any advice or whatever, I'll let you do it, but I'm out." I was like, "I don't want to be involved. I don't want to contribute. But if you guys make money, it does good. That's all between you and the Whittakers, but I don't want to be involved."
Why didn't you do that?
And it was like, F it, forget it. Just never mind. Never heard about it again. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think the Whittakers were wanting to pay $5,000. Actually, I know they weren't, because I talked to them about it later. They started when I got there.
Let me ask you a question, guys. Seriously. Would you really consider Betty, Larry, any of those people, and I'm not saying it to bash them, but would you really consider taking their word as gold?
Telling me that they were very suspicious of Patrick, which I have videos of, and a lot of these discrepancies that was coming up. Sorry, guys, I'm going to put on some sweatpants. It is getting chilly up here in West Virginia. Yeah. You got any questions for me, man? Just to split it up, because I got a whole list.
Oh boy. Well, I mean, some people are saying, how is that believable? Again, people don't know me from Adam for the most part, but I remember having these exact conversations with him at that point. Someone did ask, like, with knowing certain
believable
things.
I have
people were yeah.
I have the messages, but I ain't coming on here to do no hearsay. If I say something, I can back it up. You believe that?
No,
I'm not stupid. I wasn't born yesterday.
No.
Yeah, some people
no. Guys, I also want to be clear. This channel is not a previewed channel, so we'll get commercials if we want to continue watching this. I don't want to continue hearing this guy bullshit and tell the same thing he's been telling on each video, to be honest with you. He's not answering where the kids are. He's not answering where those people are. And people are asking in the comments over and over again. They're asking, where's the family? Where's the family? Eric, you was his cash cow. Yeah, Eric. I mean, there is some beating him up in the comments, but I don't know that if I want to continue doing this forever, guys. I just didn't realize he was going to go live when I was going to go live, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to watch this guy.
The truth is stranger than fiction in this story. because it gets much deeper.
It,
Go ahead,
it,
bro.
I can definitely agree with that. So, I mean, some people have asked, and probably a fair question is knowing what you knew about Patrick at the time, like, why did you stay involved with him? I mean, I kind of already know the answer, but
I was afraid of
No,
losing access to the family. I was one. I was not because of the money. I had started developing a relationship, but I actually wanted to keep my eye on this thing. And there was a part of me, like I said, when he told me the
so
truth about that Dwayne,
bullshit.
in the beginning,
I'm,
I wanted to believe he was going to change. I do believe in the beginning he cared about Timmy
You can't get
to
that.
an extent.
You can't
He
get
took him
it.
fishing. He was spending time with him. It wasn't about money or send me this. He was spending quality time with him. And up until that time,
You tell him
46-year-old
no
Timmy
mayhem.
had spent most of his life sitting on that porch, man. And Timmy was so appreciative of that with Patrick.
Guys, this is all
And
repetitive bullshit. He's
I was really hoping
regurgitating.
it would turn around. And I
regurgitating
thought to
fucking
myself, if I can
everything.
get the money separated from Patrick, then we might be able to get through this. Okay. Same thing. I wanted the money taken away from me. I didn't want to.
Well, but who's getting the YouTube money? You act like there's no viewership money. It's really getting old. They were your fucking content. That's how you made money off YouTube. That's how you got all of this money here that I'm watching coming in.
Be near it either. The trust, the accountants. I've got all the messages. Talk to the people that I was trying to set it up with. Back up everything. I was really hoping he would get better, dude. But then again, I really didn't want to lose access to them.
Okay, so
I
I put
started
my
really,
channel name over
especially,
there.
dude, that
Come on
first
over.
trip, the way Ray and Lorraine took to me. Can anybody honestly say they had ever seen anyone
Yes, I can.
that
Yes, I
Lorraine
can.
reacted to
Yes,
the
I
way she
can.
did with me?
Even the strangers that fucking showed up on the
Lorraine's
trip.
been
There's
trying
a
to tell
woman
me
that
something
showed
for
up.
months, dude.
There's a woman that showed up
Months.
with a soda.
But anyway,
He still isn't home.
so that, you know, that all that happened, and then kind of the
This guy
emergency
looks like
time
Jason
for you
Segal,
to
right? Tell me if I'm
go
wrong.
back to
Does
Odd
he
West
look like a
Virginia.
Jason Segal?
no, there's
Oh,
way
and the
more
pizza
before that.
from
No, there's.
Amanda.
I didn't know if you wanted to
Pizza
skip
was
over all that
free.
because it's pretty.
The
A
pizza
lot of
was
detail in there.
free.
Do I need to say more? Do I need to say more?
I mean, some of the
Merchandise.
conversations you'd had with him, some of the other findings you had. I mean, I don't know how much you want to say this
I
is
mean,
what
I'll
happened.
say it all. I'm an open book, dude. He was wanting to
No,
sell
man,
Whittaker
you're a
merchandise. He
liar.
told me that
You
me
are
and
a
him could
liar,
keep that
buddy.
to ourselves. So we didn't have to give the Whittakers any split. Now,
Yeah.
on that particular one, did he put that in a text message? No, that was a conversation. But I've got the text where I crawled his ass for it. I'm like, we can't sell Whittaker merchandise and keep the money. That's their money. And I've expressed to him numerous times, people are not tuning into the Whittakers to
Why
see
didn't
Patrick
you go and do
or
it?
Eric.
He's already gotten money from
You are
them.
right now, unfortunately,
listen,
because we're on the Whittaker channel.
Lunar
But I
Wolf,
knew you
know,
guys
and
weren't
I'm
tuning
not
in to
trying
see
to be
me,
mean either.
and I knew
So
you guys
let
weren't
me
tuning
just
in to
lower
see
my
him.
voice
You
because
wanted to
I
see
see I'm
Timmy, Ray, and
getting
Lorraine, and Betty and Larry.
Listen, let me
I
tell
think
you
it was the
something.
three more than it was the others.
Hang on a second.
But
I want to come over here and I want to tell you. They've already been there for a couple months. So they got paid last month. Okay. They got paid on the 22nd of last month. I don't know how much they got, but they got some money on the 22nd, 21st of last month. Why didn't they take that money and put it in a trust fund? What are they waiting for? Why did he give their money to Eric? He gave the money. He loaned the money to Patrick. We have text messages supposedly from Eric saying that he loaned them money after knowing what kind of guy Patrick was. That's my problem, Lunar. And I know you're just asking. Any money he makes is going into a trust fund. He said he don't want none of this money. You got to put money into the. No, but listen, there's a video. Listen, I put a video out today. They have a short video of Ray and pizza. First of all, they got the pizza for free, I found out. But that video made about $7,000. It was less than a minute. It made about $7,000. And please go check it out. I think it's the last video that I did on this channel about the Whittakers and what's going on. And it's an act. It's an act. It's a $7 pizza. The guy made $7,000 off of it. Their content, Lunar Wolf, is the Whittakers. It's the Whittakers. That's their content. Shouldn't it at least be 50-50? Shouldn't it at least be 50-50? And then shouldn't the first thing you do is get a lawyer for the Whittakers? Because they don't know what the fuck's going on. They don't know what's going on. So shouldn't a lawyer have been brought in so somebody was actually looking out for their best interest? Because then nobody could say anything. You see what I'm saying? Then nobody could say anything. I know he stole tools. I know he stole tools. But Eric knew it 2 days after being there. And he still gave them money. He still gave Patrick money. And he didn't tell anybody. He told everybody what a great guy Patrick was. And that Patrick doesn't take pills and all this shit. Well, the first thing he says is pills all over the floor. Right? I don't know if it's just aspirin. I don't know what. So you see what I'm saying? You can't believe that. I'm very upset. I don't mean to be like yelling at anybody. Yeah, exactly. There was nothing wrong with what you're saying over here, buddy. Gen C. I don't blame you, Easy Lanes. I don't blame you. You can watch it. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is just heartbreaking, isn't it? I believe Patrick is just as guilty. I think they're both just as guilty. I think that they knew that about each other. I'm sorry. I think that they knew that about each other. I was blocked on the live for saying he needed to be held accountable for having mentally disabled people sign a contract. And you're 1000% right. Hey, Rebecca. They're making a lot of money, Kevin. A lot of money. All right, let's jump back on there and see what's going on. Lunar, I have that. Somebody sent me that. I actually have the receipts with that looks like it's on a book and there's text messages and stuff. I have that. There's a problem with that for me. There's nothing about how much the channel made. There's nothing. Where is the proof of how much the channel made? You know, I've donated money and I show you what the YouTube channel made. Every month you get a check. You get whether a check or a direct deposit, it tells you exactly how much money you made for that month. Each video will tell you how much money you made. He has none of that. And that's easy. Those are just screenshots. Easy peasy. You could get on your phone like that. Where are those? Where are those? Where are those? When I'm telling you that there's a video, one video that was less than a minute that made $7,000, you're talking to me about $5,000. What do you think that channel made? And who's to say that the Whittakers only deserve $5,000? They're his content. That's the problem. Right. And the Whittaker family didn't even get the $5,000. I heard they only got $1,000. Listen, I don't give a shit about Eric and Patrick and who's the worst of those, to be honest with you, Lunar. I have a problem with what went on with this family, like the majority of us, and the fact that neither one of them mentioned the viewership money. They're acting like they're doing all of this for nothing. I'm laying money out. Yeah, but you're getting reimbursed 100-fold for it. I mean, at least say that. Oh, I'll get reimbursed when the channel comes in. And by the way, the Whittakers will get half the money and I'll get half the money. I'll be able to prove it simply. It's such an easy task. It's not being done because he doesn't want to do it. And because he doesn't want to do it tells me nobody was treated fairly because it's too easy. It's I suck at taxes. But I had my YouTube shit done like that because they do it for you. YouTube does it for you every single month. Better yet, I can tell you they do it for you every single week. They send you an analytical thing every single week. I got to turn this off because I had a little chill and I had the heat on, and now I ain't so cold. I mean, yeah, I ain't so cold. I'm a little hot. So let's go back and see what's going on. All right, let's come back over and see what's going on over here.
There you go. Another one. Go ahead.
Going back to the contract and how the 100% of all the donations were to go directly to the Whittakers, did he have any issues with that?
No, because I just told him that was the way it was going to be.
Yeah. What about the viewership? A donation isn't even a super thanks or a super chat. That's just saying, apparently, you know, they got money for the Airbnb, right? That's a donation. He's not even considering the viewership a donation. He's not considering the super chats a donation. He's only considering shit like this. This $2 thing that came up, that's not a donation. This $50 thing that came up, that's not a donation. That's what he's going to get on YouTube. That is not included in what he's considering a donation, guys. I'm telling you, it's not.
Yeah, but I mean, he did express a couple of times. He's like, "Hey, bro, well, you got to look out for me and you in here too, and you know, we got to take care of ourselves." I'm like, Patrick, if we get out there and we work, and we get the social media set up, you'll be fine. You don't need their money. That's their money. And 100% of anything that was sent in, like merchandise, not merchandise, like donated gifts, that's
right.
theirs.
See what that proves it right.
Go ahead and
right there. That proves exactly what I said. It was everything off of the outside of on the internet. It was exactly what I said when I said, listen to this, listen to this. It wasn't the stuff online. It was everything offline that he was donating. He was using them for content. He decided what he was going to pay them. It didn't fucking matter what he made. He is a crook. 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 I can't even write in here about the viewership. Let me see if I can write something in here about the viewership. What about the viewership money? Where am I? Let's see if he can answer that.
Say that one. Everyone sent gifts to Patrick's house. Before it made it to the Whittakers, it was always opened. And they were having a fit about that.
Hey guys,
I was trying to get a PO box
and ask what about the viewership?
The post office in
if
Odd.
Anybody could do it.
Actually,
get on here and ask. Let's see if we can get an answer.
The situation in Odd is odd, and they're nice people. Let me say, I've never seen it where the post office is attached to someone's house. Half of the house is the post office, the other half is the residence. And I talked to those people, and it was closed. I was trying to get them a PO box set up, and he said, they can't have a post office box. Was it you that was telling me he said that on a live?
Yes, yeah, that you can't have a PO box. Of course, he was the same person that said that you couldn't go to the doctor, but
Oh yeah, but I'm like, why can't they have a post office box? He's like, oh, they can't have a post office box, bro.
it doesn't make any sense. Let's see, again, comments are coming in. I'm trying to
ask about the
go
viewer.
here. I guess they're talking about proceeds, who has funds, where are the funds?
I have the Whittaker's money in my possession. I have told that to the correct authorities. They know that I have that.
I see you, Milk Honey and Mayhem.
It was ready to be put in a trust. The Amish was ready to set up an account for the home, which would be under a financial committee. It was all set up, guys, but their money is safe. The reason Patrick sent that $5,000 to me that he's referencing to you guys, that was 2/3 of the money that they made for last month. He could only send so much in that one payment. When I tried to get the other part to make sure, because this is why the month before they made $3,000.
See, that's bullshit.
$3,000.
Bullshit.
That was what we got paid. Okay, we're the rich internet people now. But out of that $3,000, I had to go to Idaho. I was working on the John Mass trip. I was up there for a whole week working on the murder trial. But we got paid right before then, and he was holding on to the Whittaker's money, which was $3,000. When I got back home, that was when he took Betty and Lorraine to get their makeover. He said, hey, bro, I'm going to have to reimburse myself out of the Whittaker's money some. And because I've been, getting him some stuff. I'm like, hey, man, that's fine. I understand that. That's understandable. I was like, what was it? And he said, $1,500. What? I said, $1,500. All the messages, guys. $1,500. What in the hell did you spend $1,500 on? He's like, don't flip out, man. I'm just telling you, I've been buying them all their snuff, and I've taken them to the grocery store. What, $1,500 worth of snuff in the grocery store? And it's like, okay, I get it. You took them to get a makeover, but
I can't listen to this bullshit anymore because that's exactly what he did. That's exactly what this guy did. He did the same thing. Don't tell me that the YouTubes they made $5,000 last month. Come on, man. Don't tell me that. I know better. I know better. Are you kidding me? That is not true. It is so not true. Guys, I know better because I get paid from YouTube and I know better. I'm telling you what these views bring in. I have no reason to lie. You can look it up. Please look it up. Unbelievable. What a piece of shit. You are a piece of shit, man. You broke up a family for money.
Did it cost $200, $300, $1,500 is a lot of money, Dwayne.
Yes, it is.
In a week's time.
He is planting.
He spent $1,500 on the Whittaker. And remember, he was supposed to be handling that money because the Whittakers weren't the greatest in handling the money.
And he was a thief, right? And he was already borrowing money from them the first time, right? And you were stupid enough to give him the money, right? Isn't that what you blamed Mark Leda for? You see what I'm saying, guys? This makes no sense. Look at these people. Let me give you $5, Eric, to show you we got your back. You're a fool, Lisa. You are a fool. Do you know how much money he's making? This guy's laughing at you guys. Dreamweaver. Oh my gosh. I think Dreamweaver used to be a subscriber of mine. You guys, ignorance is bliss, but I'm telling you how much you make. And I'm telling you, if you don't believe me, look it up. Please look it up. You can look it up online, man. You can look this up online.
We were supposed to be protecting. It was my job to call him out if something was going on.
Absolutely so. Absolutely so.
Anyway,
Lane?
The next week I come back up, so he claims $1,500, and now they have $1,500 left. Next week I come up to town. When I first got there, he said, "Hey man, you're spending a lot of money." He said, "Would you like the rest of their money to help out with that?" And I said, "Nope, I'll be okay." At that point, I already knew there was funny business with the money. I started spending my money that I busted my
If
ass.
he knew there was funny
prior,
business with the money, why did he give them money? He gave them the Whittaker money.
When I took,
does this make sense to you guys?
Ray and Larry out and got them the haircut and clothes.
He's talking about
and
all the
everything,
shit
and
that
then
he
took them out
spent.
to eat.
I'm laying all this money out. You hear about this shit, right?
Then taking them to the movies.
This
that
is
was coming out of my pocket.
unbelievable.
And then later on that week, he asked me again because the Whittaker started telling me, "Hey, we feel like something's going on with that money." Again, I got all that in video. Trust me, I ain't. Mama didn't raise no fool. My dad didn't either. But
yeah, you think you're smarter than
he asked me again, "Do you want me to send that other 15? Or yes, do you want me to send the rest of the money?" I said, "Yes." Well, he did, but he didn't send me 1,500. He sent me 1,000. I said, "Patrick, where's the other 500? Till this day, I've never gotten an answer. That 1,000, I'll tell you where it went to right now. $662 of it went to a water bill that I took Larry up there. Betty and them told me about that water bill. Sophia, water bill.
Guys, he is not talking at all about the viewership money, and I know that he's had this channel for at least 2 months. So what a crook, what a crook you are. You scum.
I know now it was a running toilet because this past month was $57, and Larry said the only thing they did different was turn off the toilet. When I asked numerous times before, "Do you think it's a running toilet?" "No, I turned the toilet off."
Okay?
Well,
be careful with that.
It was a running toilet, guys, because I ended up buying a new floater while I've been up here, and the one they had was completely snapped.
And how much is the floater?
That's what it was, and they never replaced it.
$12.
Would have took 5 minutes. And Larry, I think, could do that, but he just didn't. They told him, they gave him 2 blue tablets at the Sophie Water Company to put in the back tank. Take literally 5 seconds, and within 8 hours, if the water turned blue, he would know he had a water leak. To this day, still never done it. Last I heard, but anyway, they knew it was a running toilet.
Okay, so you see this? I'm not even counting that money. I'm just talking about YouTube money. I don't know anything about Facebook, so I can't talk about that.
So many
but I could talk about YouTube, and I know
so
in
that
a
was
ballpark,
662 of the
ballpark
then
what the
Larry
guy
started asking me to get him a snuff. He wanted to roll a snuff for him, and he wanted to roll a snuff for Ray.
Then I'd be more on the conservative side.
After that, the money that they had left was around $250. I bought a prepaid debit card, Visa, at Walgreens that I have the receipts for, and put the rest of their money on that.
All he's doing is covering himself. All he's doing is covering himself. Lunar, I see in there. In Eric's account. It's in Eric's account. You see where MV says it's in Eric's account. It's not in the other's account. It's in their account. What about you guys are good. Keep asking. We want an answer. We want to know.
Card. And I handed it to Larry at that time. Now that I know what I know now, I'd have done things differently. You got to understand those first 2 trips, Larry was amazing, and he helped out a lot better than what I was seeing there at the end. And
oh, you mean you didn't know them completely in 2 trips? You mean really? And you go all over the place and meet all different kinds of people, and you think you know them in 2 trips? Look at Whit. $20.
And I told Betty about it too. I said, "Here is a card. If you guys need some groceries or anything goes,
to get more
here's your card. I no longer have any of your money in my possession."
Dan, look at that.
I didn't want
none of that
to have
money's going to the Whittakers.
But I said, "Here's
How
the
much
card.
this
If you
money
need it, it's
going
for
to
emergency."
the Whittakers?
And he said, "Thank you."
That's what I want to know. How much of this money is going
But
to the
that
Whittakers?
500
This
never
guy's
came back.
out
That
here
plays into the
making
story for
content
later.
about the Whittakers and how he
Okay,
fucks
when it
over
comes
the
into
Whittakers,
this
and
month,
people are
when they
paying
paid
him
that,
for it.
he gave me the 5,000,
People are
and the
paying
other
him for it. That
2,500
is
never came to me.
unbelievable to me.
You
Unbelievable.
add those two together.
It is disgusting. That's so disgusting to me. So disgusting to me. That is disgusting. You don't, wait a minute. Hang on. I don't see criminal charges in this either. I don't see criminal charges in this. There's no criminal charges in this. There's not. The reason why he didn't want to do a GoFundMe, that's why. You understand? Because then there would have been criminal charges. He can say that he earned this off of YouTube, and he did earn it off of YouTube. He just used other people as his content. You see what I'm saying? He just used other people as his content. I'm going to shut his shit off, and I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about, because I'll grab this later and I'll make a video of it. It's basically the same thing he's been saying. So let me get over here and shut the shit off. All right. Actually, watch it for a second. Let me go to the bathroom.
When that donation money came in, people oversent, and I told them to stop sending money. I was like, don't send me any more money. You go back. I beg, do not send any more money. I got what I need for the Airbnb. And then I said I would give what was left over to Patrick to get him some sheetrock and insulation. He did need some sheetrock and insulation. And I thought $4,000 is enough to sheetrock and insulate that place. I went and walked it, and I sized it up. So I sent him 1,000. And then I told him that 3,000 that you owe the Whittakers at this point, that I had been begging for him to send me, just keep it. Because then I had the money in my account. I was going to put it in their trust. That was where the rest of those donations that people sent me for their Airbnb, I was going to put it up there and make sure the Whittakers' money, they got their full amount for that month, put it in the trust, and we're good to go. I was trying to correct what he had taken. Cover for him. Not cover for him, but I was cleaning up his mess. And helping him out at the same time with the
okay. So hang on a second. While I was in the bathroom, I heard him say the word donate for
it was a running toilet, because this past month was $57 when they paid that. He gave me the 5,000, and the other 2,500 never came to me.
Wait.
You add those two together, is what, $3,000. When that donation money came in, people oversent, and I told them to stop sending money.
You hear what I'm saying? This is the donation money. It's not the viewership money. It's not the super thanks money. It's not the $100 that just came through, or the $50 that just came through. That's all going in this boy's pocket. He's not going to give it to the Whittakers. He's not going to share it with Patrick. He's not going to do shit. I am telling you exactly what he's doing. And I'm talking to the choir on my channel, but look at these idiots. I'm sorry. They don't understand, and he is not transparent. He is a liar by omission. You are nothing but a piece of shit, sir. That's what you are. Bye. All right, guys, we're here. I just think that's terrible. The Whittakers should have more than that. The problem is, I don't know if that can happen, Karen, because he's making Whittaker. He's making content, okay? Just like Mark Leda was making content. But the difference is, Mark could account for every fucking dime. He could account for every dime he made a video about it. This guy is only going to be held accountable for donations, not viewership, nothing like that. So, and the fact that he didn't explain it was by omission. He didn't lie. He just by omission. So I've asked them twice. They're not answering me. Yes, Eric should be in jail, and so should Patrick. Well, let me tell you something. I don't know if jail's the thing, but they should have to pay for what they did to this family because of greed. Because of greed, that family is separated. And who's to say it's better? Is it better? Go ask Lorraine if it's better for her. Go ask Timmy. Go ask Betty if it's better for her. Who's to say that it's better for her? He is a piece of shit. He's been planning this. He's horrible. He is horrible. I hope. Okay, Pinky. I'm fine with them. Come on. I would love for him to come on here. Come on here, Eric. What about the viewership? What about the viewership? I thought they had well and septic too. Somebody had actually told me that. Somebody, I don't remember their name, and I don't know if it's true, but somebody wrote to me on email and said, you know, I watched your video and I want you to know I'm from the area. I double checked. You are right. They do not have municipal water. I didn't make any phone calls about that, to be honest with you. So I don't know. And I believe that. Listen, I just watched the video I put up 5 days ago, giving the benefit of the doubt. But also, I said, actually, I have it. I have it on video. I want to play this for you guys. Okay, so now we're gonna watch some of my stuff. This is a video I made about 5 days ago. I want you to see it. Okay, let's check it out. I want to check it out, but I want to find out who these people are the best I can. I'm not doing any investigative work because I'm not an investigator. So if you want somebody to do investigative work, I don't know. You guys are sending me stuff. You guys know better than me who these people are, but it seems like there's such a drastic difference in the opinions. So there's got to. Hang on. I'm sorry. Where's the beginning? Anyway, guys, some of you have said, hey, this guy Eric's coming in and he's breaking up the family and he's slandering people and this and that. Okay. That was 5 days ago. Remember I said somebody said he was coming in and breaking up the family? That was 5 days ago that I put that on that video because somebody did. Dubes8, he's welcome to come over here. I want to ask him about, you know, hey, listen, let's be honest with the people and let's explain how you get money on YouTube and your content is the Whittakers. How much of the viewership money, because your content is the Whittakers, is actually going to the Whittakers, and can we see it? Yeah, I'd love that. I mean, you want to be transparent. You say you're transparent. That's transparent. I would go on his channel. Absolutely, I would go on his channel. I saw the video, guys. I saw the video. He was supposedly not yelling mama, just so you know. He was yelling Bama. You know, he was saying goodbye to Bama, which is what he called Patrick. Yeah, all he's doing is covering himself. They're not even tough questions. You know, they're not tough questions. It's just people just don't know how YouTube is. And he did things. Listen, if his language doesn't tell you what a slime dog he is, all the donations are going to go. He never mentions the viewership. And if you guys don't know, it sounds like, oh, all the money, like that video that he put out where he says, and it's unclear, but he then says it, what, today? Oh, everything offline. Yeah. So remember I said, and people were arguing with me, no, it's on and offline. No, it was offline. It was offline. You're quitting OnlyFans, Kevin. Okay. He can't handle the truth. All right, guys, I'm asking all the questions and they're not answering me. I know, Lunar, I know. You know why? Because the answer isn't, the answers don't look good for him. I have no reason to die. If he showed me, hey, Toddy, the channel made $70,000. We're splitting it 3 ways. I'm going to get a third. Patrick's going to get a third. And the Whittakers are going to get a third. I'd get on here and say, guys, Eric Carroll's the greatest guy in the world. He did that all fairly, in my opinion. I would. I certainly would. I wouldn't have a problem with that. That's not what's going on here. That's not what's going on here. He's going to keep Patrick's money. And he's got a bunch of people on his side saying, yeah, you should keep it now. Patrick turned him on to the Whittakers. This guy's pathetic. All right, guys, let's watch some of the stuff that I worked on for this, if that's okay. All right. No Cunny and Mayhem, thank you. Thank you for being my friend. He is a snake. It is shady. It's crazy, right? I just hope that people will come over here after watching that and realize, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Trixie will tell you, Trixie has she's a content creator and her channel's monetized. I'm not making shit up. After the Trixie, is it 30? Is it 70 or 60% YouTube takes now? Is it 70 or 60% YouTube takes now? Can you tell me, Trixie? Pinky L, thank you so much. That was very kind of you. Thank you so much. Still, Trixie, I'm trying to find your answer here. Okay, Trixie went to bed. There's Trixie. So yeah, I was wondering why she was up so late. Not that it was late, but I know, you know, she gets up early. Anyway, the way I told you is exactly the way it is. I'm pretty sure it's 70% that we get now. And yeah, so this is just so wrong. Who drew up the contract? You can bet that Eric drew it up and he had them sign it. They had no business signing a contract. Yeah, we were just on there. We were just on there. I couldn't handle it anymore. I just couldn't handle his bullshit anymore. I just couldn't. Yeah, Trixie went to bed. I know. AdSense alone should be 50,000 with 25 million views. That's what I'm saying, guys. Bingo. And that's on the conservative side. Very conservative, actually. Very conservative. There you go. Exactly. So they take 30%, which means we get 70%. So, you know what I'm saying? All right. So let's go. All right. So let's go into some of this stuff.
Right now, I'm not going to go build a house for Larry and Betty to live in. I can tell you that much.
So that's his way of saying, I'm taking my money and running. I'm not going to build them a house. Nope. You weren't going to build anybody a house. I don't think you were going to build anybody shit.
But I'm still trying to find out about Lorraine, Ray, and Timmy. I have made contact.
But how long has it been since his live stream? And you know how many people were asking about Lorraine and Timmy and Ray? And we still don't know the answer. We still don't know. He hasn't addressed it. But it's a priority to him.
When I can update you, I will. I will say this. This is something I found out that it's a very big twist and very important to the story. I've been blamed for missing that court date.
Yes. And he's going to finally admit that he missed it. But let him tell you why he missed it. Because it wasn't his fault. Come on, Eric. Come on now.
That court date was September 4th. It was missed. That day I was at the Amish trying to get their home built. The next day, we were out trying to get permits. I didn't stop the whole time I was up here. I was getting 2 and 3 hours of sleep.
You see what I'm saying? He's not taking any responsibility. It was on the 4th. He swore it was 10 days, 10 days, 10 days. It was on the 4th, but I was so busy. Nobody told you to do any of this, let alone to do it all by yourself. And look at what happened. All because you wanted to do it all by yourself. Everybody stand up and clap at the man. Take your hat off. Go ahead, guys.
For God's sakes. And now seeing all that work that I put in and the way that people just shit all over.
All the work you put in. What did you do? You took them shopping? Took them bowling? Took them for movies? What did you do? And then met some friends, you said. You said you met some friends. So what did you do? And you had a good time tickling Timmy.
Not the first time. I'm sure it won't be the last. And another thing.
So in other words, there's another scam coming down the pike from Eric.
To go tit for tat, there has to be something that the other person is doing. Have you guys heard anything that I've done wrong? I would love to hear it, because I haven't heard anything of substance, but I've got some substance for you. But all that was blamed on me.
Here's the thing. You know, Eric is saying that he could have had the house built and everything, but he made a stipulation. And according to Eric, the stipulation was, I'm only going to have that house built for you if BJ never comes into the house. And here's a guy who came on the scene 2 months ago who's going to dictate to this family who's going to go in the house and who's not going to go in the house. So his shit came with strings on top of it. In the meantime, he's using these people as content. He's controlling the whole situation. He clearly is very scatterbrained because he missed a court date. And he's pissed off at Betty because she doesn't remember something or because she doesn't want to kick her granddaughter out or niece out of the house. It's none of your fucking business, Eric. And here's the thing. Your hatred towards BJ was more important to you than the love you felt towards Lorraine and Timmy. Because look at what happened. You know? So his idea, with Eric, it's all or nothing. They can't have a shower because the foundation is fucked up. Well, right. But you could have got him a chair to sit in the tub, and you could have got him a hand shower that you connect to the faucet, or that you connect to the spigot, and they could have had, but nope, all or nothing. I'm going to help build a house, and then the house was going to be free. He says the house was going to be free by the Amish, but all of a sudden people were going to pay for it. I can't figure that one out either. But the thing is, it gets worse because he's an idiot. He is so bad. It is a grift. It is a grift, and it's horrible. It is absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible what he did. I'm only going to build a house if BJ is out of it, because I wouldn't want BJ to beat the hell out of these people in a brand new home. Let her beat the hell out of them in a house that's going to fall down as soon as she takes the first swing at him. Let the whole house fall down on him. Like, that logic made no sense. It made absolutely no sense. Let's go.
That court date. Check this out. Even after that court date, I was told they were willing to give her that protective order for longer. She was offered 3 times, including yesterday, before they came and got the family. And Betty said no. There you have it. They offered her one last time.
So here he is blaming an 80-year-old woman for a situation that he put her in so that she had to pick a house over her brother's daughter. And he's trying to blame Betty for that instead of taking a step back and saying, well, how did that ultimatum come to play? Yeah. You got to rewind the tape, dickhead. Sorry about my language, guys, but there's a family that's broken in a world today that nobody has patience. There's not enough care, and there's not enough people to care for people. And you've got 3 nonverbal people that have never been off the porch, basically. And now God even knows if those 3 are together. God only knows if Ray isn't being strapped down or Timmy's not being strapped down because he picks at his head when he gets nervous. Nobody. And nobody cares if Lorraine and Timmy are together. So how important was it? Was it worth it? Was it worth it? And this guy's got a smug ass look on his face. You should be ashamed.
Do you want BJ away from the property? Do you want to extend the protective order? No. 3 different times.
I know, dude.
That tells you everything you need to know.
Bullshit. Yeah, you started something.
I'm not sure. I've never been involved in the protective orders. I know a lot of people that have.
You started something that they didn't want you to start. You took something upon yourself. That's what you did. You intimidated the family, and that's what you did. You basically talked a bunch of people that are slow of mind into something that you thought they should do. And then when it came down to it, they didn't really want to do it. And look at what happened. Because you didn't know this family. You didn't know the disabilities of this family. But you went in there acting like you knew it all. And what you did know, you didn't share with people.
Yeah, Mark, you may know. Do they usually?
But guys, that was me listening to this on my own and me going off on it. So I just left that shit in there. I did it quite a bit. Dubes, I know. He's just repeating himself and blaming everybody. He hasn't answered where those family members are. That would have been the first thing I would have addressed if you really care about the family. But he doesn't. He cares about his paycheck, and he's being dishonest about that. And I got sick of watching him, but I was over there watching him. We were watching him live, actually. We're streaming it. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't have a problem, guys. If you want to go over there and catch this later, that's fine. I wouldn't take any offense to it.
You offer people a continuance like that, like go out of their way to like, are you sure? Sometimes, not all. Sometimes, not all.
Well, that's a safe answer. Do they offer people continuance? So what he's trying to say here, Eric, is, so did they really do them a favor? Didn't they really do them a favor? Hey, listen, man, look at what you did to this family. You got to own that. You have to own that, buddy. You have to own that. I'm not saying Patrick was innocent in this, but you're an idiot. You're just you looked at a paycheck. I don't care what you say. Your actions show that.
Because this is so high profile, I really don't think they wanted to step in and do what they did. But they had, I'm going to be honest with you, every time I saw Ray, his pants were completely soaked in urine. Feces, guys. The smell I cannot put into words. On that floor, there is dog feces, cat feces, human feces, urine. It's on the floors, it's on the walls. It was one of the first things I noticed when I got there. It's been there so long, there is fungus growing out of the feces.
Why are you embarrassing the family like this? If it's been like that for 2 months, why are you embarrassing the family like this now?
It's on Ray's bed, it's on the couch. And every time Ray just does what Ray wants to do, I've seen him in fecal matter, where he's went number 2 on himself and just laying around on the couch. Did that couch?
Ray just does what he wants to do. I can't even believe Ray just does what he wants to do. So in other words, you really think that Ray gets off sitting in shit? And an 80-year-old woman, you don't see that, right? You don't see an 80-year-old woman taking care of Timmy. Because she bends down and ties his shoes. So, I mean, come on, taking care of Lorraine. You don't see her holding her sister's hand, and not just that, but having Lorraine participate in things. You don't see that. That's not the case anymore, because you ruined that, Eric. You ruined that. Well done, you. You don't see any of that shit, huh? So you don't think maybe it's a little too much for an 80-year-old woman? Like, maybe you should have helped? I don't know. Maybe you should have hired somebody to help? I don't know. Instead of just out here embarrassing the family like that, so that you can find a reason to leave or find a reason to justify why this family is no longer together, because that's all you're doing, trying to ease your conscience. And it ain't working here. It ain't working here.
Clean? I very, very highly doubt it. Yeah.
But you on that couch, buddy?
Was
you on that
3
couch?
different times, and
Why don't you buy him a new couch?
just keeps getting. I'm not shocked at anything at this point. I also heard from the Airbnb that we stayed at, where I got Patrick that room. They just finished cleaning it up last night, guys. It took 3 days. They had to shampoo everything, especially the couches were just completely ruined, stains everywhere. That night, he brought up something. I mean, I wasn't even looking at it that way. On Labor Day, I just wanted the Whittakers to have a good barbecue.
Whoa. Is there such a thing? Is there such a thing? I didn't know this. This is something we should look into. I'm not even being funny. I am dead serious. If this is such a thing, reporting the channel for taking advantage of disabled people, this needs to be done. This needs to be done. So, we need to look into that, guys. I'm serious. If there is such a thing, I didn't know that. How do you report? I'm sorry. I'm hidden door. can you send me that link at toddy1skip@gmail.com, and I will put that link in my post so that we can do that. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Please, toddy1skip@gmail.com. If you would send that link, I will put it up and I will personally write to them as well. I think we all should, if this is the way we feel. If this is the way we feel. If you don't feel that way, don't write it.
Spent about $300 getting hamburgers and hot dogs.
See, he's talking about his money, but he got pissed when Patrick was talking about his money.
And sausages, and I was on my porch cooking the whole time while the Whittakers went over to Patrick's. Patrick didn't put any money towards that. He didn't put any money towards barbecue, the Airbnb, anything. The only thing
See, he's finding an excuse to why he's not going to give Patrick any money.
he had towards that is his friend went and picked up the Whittakers for us. That's when he was letting Ray do the scooter and everything. I missed all of that because I was cooking for him, and I didn't even eat. I cooked for them. Okay, and he was over there looking at what I'm doing for the Whittakers, and the only thing he did was sit there, man. He really had it made. Yeah, man. When I got that call the other day and they said, Eric, you need to come to the condo, the hair was already standing up on the back of my neck. I knew when I saw the...
All this guy is talking about is money. Oh, you were blocked for saying that he's a piece of shit. I'm sorry. Karen, I'm sorry. You can come over here and call him anything you want. Okay, this is interesting. Yes, $117 is their taxes, and they haven't been bothered to pay it. Where I am, if taxes are owed, you're not getting a permit. He's not getting a permit. Do you understand? A man cannot just go get a permit for somebody else's house to build on. They have to have a work order or something to show you. Just can't go do that. Eric wasn't there. Anyone in your own area to exploit and destroy. Same here. And I'm sorry, Karen. MC Cook says no. You can't. You I guess you can't get a permit. So Rake's Funny Farm is from West Virginia. And they're saying no, that you can't. So you see what I'm saying? I know Jamie, right? Can I troll his chat? You don't need permission from me. I just don't want anything to happen to you. So you can do whatever you want. All right, let's watch more of this. So what if BJ did give Timmy a whack? Cousins fight all the time in my family. It was supposed to be more than that, but we don't know what the truth is. You know, again, 5 days ago, somebody said he was going to start with allegations about the family and stuff, and he was going to split that family up. It's like somebody knew his plan. Somebody knew his plan. I put it up 5 days ago before any of this happened. I don't have ESP. Somebody wrote that. Oh, what happened?
And he told the owner that he was bringing the dogs. I knew it was a lie, guys. I had just seen too much of it until that point. It's like he can't tell the truth about anything. Seeing the pills on the floor, the poop, and like...
Okay, so this was a while ago that he got all this. And he didn't share this information. And he's just blaming the guy. It's like we're supposed to forget about the fact that he should have had accountability and responsibility. He didn't say shit, and he gave him money. So what? Why are you it's he must think that he's got a stupid audience.
I understand people did. You saw this, dude. It was everywhere. All in the pillows, all in the bed, all over. The sink was, the kitchen sink literally stopped up with it. It looked like it was this vase that was put on like a dining room table that had flowers in it. That got, the decorations got taken out and they just used it as a spittoon. It was ruined, guys. And it was only in there for a week. Whatever was in that refrigerator just spoiled that quick. Now I want you to think about this. Somebody that had those living conditions.
So listen, I want to tell you that there's been a few people that have gone over. There was a woman that went over there and brought just cans of soda or something. It's crazy. She brought and she went over there in a Tesla because she said something about her daddy being Elon Musk, and Larry was like, "Ew." It was, but it's not funny that people just show up there It's not funny. Look at what happened. But that I think, see, Patrick lives in Odd, West Virginia. And Patrick, I read in the chat here in our chat that about a year ago Patrick bought his house, but then I heard he was there and then he's come back, right? So it doesn't matter. Patrick was close to the family. I know that, and he reached out to this guy because I think Patrick thought this guy had credibility and he already had an established YouTube channel. And he reached out to him and said, "Hey, man, I'm close to the Whittakers. You know anything about this family here? Check them out online. I think we could probably this is me with speculation. I think we can all make some money here. There's a lot of money to be made. Look at Mark Lady's channel. Check that out. Look at this guy who came from that guy that came real quick that time, and I called that shit out." Yeah, so that's what I think happened here. That's what I think happened here.
And he did this to a guy that was a friend. I paid for that Airbnb, but it gets worse. I felt sorry for Patrick. He had that broken leg. I wanted him to get better. I went to Kroger, guys, and spent $250.
Now, mind you, when he got the broken leg, when Patrick got the broken leg, he was supposed to, from my understanding and from what Eric said, right? He was supposed to have taken Timmy that day to the orthopedic doctor, but instead he took Timmy to a concert and he broke his leg. And that was a while ago. And again, he never said anything about Patrick being irresponsible and not taking Timmy where he was supposed to be. He never said anything about Patrick being a crook when he already knew he was one. He said nothing. He had all of his people believing everything looked good. He had everything under control. He had absolutely nothing under control. Again, look at what happened.
Cookies, milk, eggs, bacon, bread, your essentials, paper plates, Cokes, all. And I brought those groceries to him and I said, "Patrick, here you go, man. You got what you need to heal. Stay here." He told me he was going to be there by himself, just wanted to get away, and his house wasn't optimal. "Eric, I'm coming. I just want to get away by myself." Half the neighborhood was there the whole time, guys. It just got destroyed. But someone that would do that to a condo where a friend rented it for him, and a guy that just newly renovated it, and he gave him a very big deal on that place.
Thanks,
the guy's been over backwards for us, upgraded the internet so I could give you guys the updates while I was there. Went and hung up a TV for Timmy on a Sunday. Like, they were the nicest people, and that was how they got repaid. The doors were left wide open for like a day and a half, just left wide open on the back. Didn't even shut them. It's like when he found out he had to leave, like, this is my...
So, guys, this is his story for why Patrick's going to owe him money because of the cleanup of the Airbnb. But did you catch where Eric said, "I knew it was a lie. As soon as I saw them dogs, I knew it was a lie." But you let the dogs come in. I mean, I don't understand. Just because I don't know. So you let it happen. So whatever you have to pay, you should pay. I mean, you didn't stand up to your co-part and say, "Hey, I'm not too sure that these two big dogs should be coming in here. Let's go check." I think there's something wrong with that. The guy put a lot of money in there. I mean, I think there might be a misunderstanding. Let me double check, being it's in my name. This is the guy that was supposed to build everything. He couldn't figure out two big dogs that he already felt shouldn't be in the Airbnb that's in his name. And this is the guy that's the mastermind. Yep, okay.
Exit, right? And then you see his house that has no walls, no insulation. That $4,000, $3,000 of that was the Whittaker's money that he never gave to the Whittakers, that I had been on him for a month and a half. "You've got the Whittaker's money. You need to hand it back over. That's not your money, Patrick." And he wouldn't do it. This past month, I didn't.
And I want you guys to understand, he's bitching about that money again. So the thing that he did on the live, he's bitching about right here as well. And it's nothing. It is chump change compared to what this MF is going to make off of viewerships and off of all of the people that donated, didn't donate. Sorry, can't use that word because that's not what happened. But the super chats, the super thanks, that's not the Whittaker money, guys. You understand that? He's not considering that to be part of the Whittaker money, guys. Even though their whole content was the Whittakers. This is terrible, disgusting.
I want to hold on to their money because I know of the accusations that happened. But
yeah, the accusations are you're a crook and prove something different. You exploited this family. You exploited them. You exploited them.
I said, give it to me. I'm going to go get the trust account set up. I wanted to get the money away from him. I thought maybe if I can get the money away from him, things will be better. It would have just kept snowballing, guys. He sent 2/3 of it. The other third, never got it. Last month was the first month they got paid. Out of $3,000 that was supposed to go to the Whittakers, they only got 1,000 of it because that 1,000 is what he gave me. And I spent $662 on the water bill, 2 rolls of snuff for Larry and Ray, and then put $250 on a prepaid.
Look at how petty he is. Look at how petty he is. He's going to make at least $75,000 from the YouTube channel. $75,000, guys. That's some people's yearly salary. Sometimes that's 2 people's yearly salary. For what? For what? For filming? For filming the Whittakers. And he doesn't have to do anything now because the Whittakers aren't together. So, yeah. Yep.
Debit card and gave it to Betty and Larry before I left and said, this is in case you have an emergency while I'm not here. And at that point, I had none of their money on my hands. None. I didn't want it. I know the whole world is watching. And guys, we actually benefit. Everything goes much better if we just do the right thing. I don't understand this. But the guy is doing...
That's so insulting. You're so insulting. Just do the right thing. Yeah, you're so insulting. What?
Have you seen any sheetrock and insulation? When I asked for money to help with Airbnb, people stepped up to the plate because it's the first time you ever heard me ask for money. And
see what I'm saying? That's the donation that he's talking about. That's the only donation. That didn't go to the Whittakers. It went to his Airbnb. It went for free pizza that the Pizza Hut gave them. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think and listen, if I'm going to do that, so I'm hoping that I get that. Pinky L, I just want to double check and make sure that I get that link. So if you could, toddy1skip@gmail.com, if you could send me that link, I will put it up under my posts, my community posts. And anybody that feels that way, I recommend that we tell them, because this guy, he's just going to do it on another channel. And, you know, he does need to pay for something here. He should not get paid for destroying this family. He should not get paid for destroying this family. And I totally agree with you.
I said, stop. Part of the reason I was going to send a little bit of money over, I sent him $1,000 of that money and then told him that $3,000 that you owe the Whittakers, Patrick, I'm going to call it even. You need to go get that sheetrock and insulation, because he was wanting to run a fundraiser for his house. It was my way of trying to stop him from running a new fundraiser.
You see what I'm saying? This guy was everywhere. I wanted to stop Patrick from this. I wanted to stop this from this. I wanted to stop BJ from coming in the house. I wanted to get this. I was meeting with the Amish. I missed the court date because I was doing everything. Yeah, all you had to do was be transparent and ask for some help. Oh, well, I'm glad he's done. Of course he's done. He walked away with a shitload of money. He walked away with a shitload of money. A shitload of money he's done. He's done. You're absolutely right. A bull in a china shop. Absolutely. Absolutely. Taking advantage of the disabled for their money. Absolutely. And absolutely. And that's what people are doing. They're reporting it. I am sorry.
His house. That was where the $4,000 came in. The reason you guys heard about it in public, I was leaving you the breadcrumbs. I knew this was going to eventually implode.
Guys, didn't we find it? Didn't we find it with the breadcrumbs that he left? You're an idiot. Why didn't you just come out and tell people? Don't do that, because you look so stupid. There were breadcrumbs. There were breadcrumbs. Ah, bullshit. Your breadcrumbs.
It was just going down a bad path. It's been 2 weeks. Where's the sheetrock and insulation? Have you seen any rooms completed? It started with, we're supposed to be getting the Whittakers a home, and there at the end it was.
That's right. So where were the Whittakers home? Oh, that's right. You were everywhere doing everything with everyone.
Let the Whittakers move in with me for the winter, and let's fix up my house, and then we'll build them a house. We're not going to have time. If the Amish would have got involved, guys, they would have built that new house quicker than they could have done Patrick's house.
Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you do that? Because you weren't doing that. You did exactly what you set out to do. And there's a special place in hell for you.
House is just as bad, if not worse, than the Whittaker's home. Not cleanliness-wise, but it's no house. It has no walls. There's parts of it has no floor. It goes straight to the ground. Nothing. The first time I came up, he asked me if I wanted to stay there, and I was going to do it. I'm not bougie, but I got there. No, there was a mattress on the porch with an egg crate that looked like it.
Guys, there's a question here. Please answer this question in the chat for I Love Dogs.
And rolled around in the mud. Look, with the type of work that I do, I don't ask for much. I just need a clean place to sleep and rest at the end of the night so I can recharge my batteries and get ready the next day. And I was like, man, I'll have to go get a hotel. And it really sucked because I didn't have the money to be up there doing that. Guys, it gets worse and worse. I'll give you the full story later. But just know, I really was hoping he would get better. And this is what I would say. Patrick loved Jimmy in the beginning. It was the only thing that allowed me to keep trying to help him. By the time I found out what was really going on, I was already knee-deep in this thing. I came in with good intentions. And by the time I found out, we were already in the public. And I'd already developed a relationship with Timmy and the family and wanted to help them.
And I felt obligated. Forget about all the money I was going to make. Oh, God, please. I felt so obligated to them after 2 days of knowing them that I was ready to just put my family and my father-in-law, who just fell, on hold, and my 2 daughters that I'm usually home to take care of because my wife works. Guys, you don't understand. You don't understand. I just fell in love with them in 2 days, guys. Please. You fell in love with the money, you liar.
And I believe Betty sincerely loves her family. But when Mark started coming in and then...
Oh, I totally believe that Betty loved her family and still loves her family. And it now is sick to death about that and could die. She could die and not see them. So oh, God, just the thought of that. Oh, my God.
Patrick and then the other people, when people show up, they get all this free stuff and all. They don't have to get any better. If this was any other...
So now what he's claiming is, Mark later did nothing. I just watched Mark taking Ray and them to Walmart. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. I just looked it up and hang on, Jamie. There's many permits needed and odd. Chick Eastwater said, I already looked and called, but did they get any permits? That's the question. Did they get any? Because supposedly they got permits. Well, he got permits. It's crazy. He's, I forgot what he was saying.
I really was hoping he would get better. And this is what I was saying.
That's the thing. That's what he was saying. He was saying that, don't you guys see the difference? Because unlike Mark Leda, who can account for all of his money and gave the Whittakers over $100,000 or about $125,000, $150,000 that he could easily account for, did it in a video like that, showing things more than a notebook and what could be fake text messages, considering there's no date on them or read or delivered or anything on those text messages that he shared, and obviously nothing about how much money the YouTube channel has made or anything like that. But, he's saying that I went in there and I was really trying to, change them and teach them manners and teach them this. And who the fuck are you? Like, you have no degree in any of this. And then because it fails, the collateral damage was the family, not you. You're going home. You're going home and you're going to face at least $100,000 from this channel that you did for the 2-3 months that you were doing videos. You will walk away with at least $100,000 after next month. He's still not done talking about it. He's going to get views by still talking about it. It'll be about the Whittakers and the situation. Yeah, this guy made at least a year's income in 2 months. Who else wouldn't want to do that? Usually to do that, you have to go out to the Bering Sea, or you have to run around naked in some sort of contest in Alaska. Not you. Nope.
Patrick loved Jimmy in the beginning. It was the only thing that allowed me to keep trying to help him. By the time I found out what was really going on, I was already knee-deep in this thing. I came in with good intentions, and by the time I found out, we were already in the public, and I had already developed a relationship with Timmy and the family and wanted to help them. And I believe Betty sincerely loves her family. But when Mark started coming in, and then Patrick, and then the other people, when people show up, they get all this free stuff, and all they don't have to get any better. If this was any other family, people would have been sounding the alarm a long time ago. But because it was the Whittakers and people loved them, Ray and Lorraine and Timmy are so lovable, they allowed things to happen that if it was going on with any other family, we would say, hey, somebody's had to do something about this. He's sitting in the...
So you are the savior of the family now. You are it. You are playing mind games with people, and stupid people are going to buy your bullshit. But smart people will call you out. I'm going to invite you, anybody that knows this guy, come on my channel, but I want you to come on my channel, please, with the receipts from YouTube and how much you actually gave the Whittakers. I would like to see a money order, a direct deposit to the Whittakers account that I can double check and make sure it's the Whittakers account, and a cashed check or a cashed money order that was cashed by the Whittakers. I need to see that. I would actually need to see the filming of that because I wouldn't believe you. Show me the receipts. Show us the you made content out of them, and you're keeping the money like you deserve it, and you did everything and laid out all this money. And that's the bullshit here. That's the bullshit.
On fecal matter, or he's sitting in urine. Yes, they have genetic problems and you know, something going on in the background, but it still doesn't matter. The ones that are supposed to be taking care of them, they're not sitting in their own urine and feces. They know they don't want to sit in urine and feces. They put on clean clothes, then they know that their siblings are supposed to too. Their siblings.
Yeah, so you know what? Why didn't you help the 80-year-old woman that does it all in that house? Why didn't you do that instead of sitting here and shaming the family and embarrassing the family like that? But you love them, don't you? Because all that matters to you now is that you clear your name, and you don't give a fuck about this family. You don't care when you are sharing shit like this, because this shit you saw 2 months ago and you said nothing about it. Nothing about it. Now, to clear your name, you will do anything, including embarrass this family.
They're getting money to take care of them every month. Are you seeing them being taken care of? There was just so many things, man. But all right, I'm going way too far. I'm going to do that final one later. This came up, guys, and I had to get out, but it was just one of those things that, you know, when I found out we missed the court date, I said, if you go back from the very beginning, we had 10 days. And we went 3 different days. I must have got confused. I could have swore they said the original date was like September 9th or 10th. That's why I extended my stay, and I was in the public. I got to stay with the Airbnb. They knew the day was the 4th.
Hey, can you give the people their money back, being that you fucked up the court date and that's why you extended your stay? I mean, did you extend your stay for that, or was it to go to the Amish? Because it's unclear now.
Say, everybody screwed it up. We all screwed up. The protective order.
No, you screwed up. You screwed up. Are you really going to blame that on Betty? To remember a date?
And get there on the right day. They was offered 3 different times. Do you want it? No. So,
No, they didn't want to throw their kin in jail. They didn't want to do that. You shouldn't have made it an ultimatum. Who the fuck are you to decide that BJ was more of a crook than the buddy that you were working with, who you already knew was a crook? Who are you to decide that BJ was the worst crook? Because there's only allegations about hitting and beating. We don't know that to be true. We don't even know about the thievery of BJ to be true. But let's go with that, because his buddy, his co-part, was a thief, and he knew it, and he let him in the house. He let him hang out with all of them. So what was it? It's control.
I was getting played like a fiddle at their house when she was in.
No, man, but you need a fiddle. You got to fiddle something, because you're not allowed to be around people. You shouldn't be around people. Go fiddle yourself, please.
That camper, or so they thought. I had my eyes open. When me and Mark walked the property, Devil's Backbone, the road back there, I said, Mark, look, 2 fresh campfires, like right there, that hadn't been long abandoned. I had a feeling she was around. Now, I wasn't involved in flying drones or any of that, but I don't know, man. If for the people that think, well, this family was doing good, they should have just been left alone. Trust me, I've had that thought many times. They did survive, but doing good. Listen to all these instances of abuse.
Especially the dog.
I mean, they would, when she was talking about Ray getting beat, guys, it was bad, like severe, and he can't tell anybody. And then what was going on with Timmy? BJ just hit him in the head one time. BJ's boyfriend had him on the ground on top of him, like an MMA fighter, ground and pound. None of these had ever been reported. And then as I do my homework, I find out there's like 5 sex offenders in that area. One of them, that was a Whittaker, that served 8 years and 1 month in prison.
Okay, so now he's talking about a Whittaker that spent time in prison for essaying. Did you catch that? Because I was talking. Hang on.
Devil's Backbone, the road back there. I said, Mark, look, 2 fresh campfires, like right there. It hadn't been long abandoned. I had a feeling she was around. Now, I wasn't involved in flying drones or any of that, but I don't know, man. And for the people that think, well, this family was doing good, they should have just been left alone. Trust me, I've had that thought many times. They did survive, but doing good. Listen to all these instances of abuse. I mean, they would, when she was talking about Ray getting beat, guys, it was bad, like severe. And
Yeah, was she really talking about that? Because I don't know about that. It was Tyler Oliveira. Yep. So that's who, Eric, Leafs fan. I think that's who you're, nope, I'm sorry. Kevin D, it was Tyler Oliveira was the guy's name. People are going to want their, there was only one thing of donations from my understanding. Is absolutely heartbreaking. You got that right, Kathy, Hannah. Okay.
Can't tell anybody. And then what was going on with Timmy? BJ just hit him in the head one time. BJ's boyfriend had him on the ground on top of him, like an MMA fighter, ground and pound.
How do you know that? I mean, you're saying that. Here we go. And you just split up a whole family, but let's just bypass that.
None of these had ever been reported. And then as I do my homework, I find out there's like 5 sex offenders in that area. One of them, that was a Whittaker, that served 8 years and 1 month in prison for sexual assault on a child.
Let's tarnish everybody so that I don't look so bad. That's the kind of fucktard you are. God forgive me for my language. But what he did to that family is atrocious. That's criminal behavior right there, in my opinion. That's just criminal behavior. God knows where those 3 family members are and when they will be seen before. He is a massive piece of crap. He is horrible. He is horrible.
So was Timmy, Lorraine, and Larry, not Larry, Timmy, Lorraine, and Ray in a good environment? Timmy, I worry about the most. Well, Lorraine, guys, she knows more than people think she does. She may be selective on her words, but she's very smart. And I believe you can tell Lorraine knew I was looking after her and I loved her. There was a reason she would talk to me. Did you see her talk that way with other people? You watch when other people went
Oh, yeah, I saw her talk that way with a bunch of other people. What's wrong with you? Yes, I did. I certainly did. I saw her talk that way with a bunch of people. I saw her talk that way with Mark when Mark wouldn't ask tough questions. When Mark was buying her shit, oh, yeah. Yeah, but as soon as Mark asked about something else, no. Because Betty can't handle that shit. She can't handle that. She lived her life on a porch. She's not used to that. That intimidates her. Doesn't that make sense? You're a moron. This guy's a moron. I'm going to lose it here. I'm going to lose my channel and everything yelling at this guy. I don't want to do that anymore. I know he filmed him in the bathroom. I know. I got to watch what I say.
Camera on. She wouldn't even look
I'm
at
so sick over this. You know, guys, I just wanted to tell you that I've been following the Whittakers for a long time, even before I had my channel. I was following, before I was active on my channel, I was following them for a really long time. So, you know, this isn't something that I just came upon, you know, this isn't That's not true. You can go check my other channel. I have plenty of videos about the Whittaker family on my other channel. Issues with Toddy One Skip. I have a Whittaker playlist.
I believe Patrick loved Timmy in the beginning.
Don't break your
0 to
arm
100,
hatting
it's
yourself
probably
on the
about 5%,
back,
but there was some
buddy.
love there.
You fucking created a
In the end,
mess.
It was when the camera was on. When people asked to take pictures in public, he was in the picture too. Anytime they asked to take pictures with the family when I was there, you want me to take it for you? I don't want to be in that. I wanted them to get their moment. I wanted them to be looked at as human beings for the loving people that they are, not the freak show.
You didn't treat them
I had
like
a lot
that.
of work to do.
You treated them like the
flip
freak
that around.
show.
And I think it was working, you know?
That's your opinion. You're wrong.
Oh, does anybody want a videogram with me? Maybe I can go get one of the Whittaker's cats or dogs, and you can do a videogram. You guys submit your order down below. The burnt chair. The first thing I saw when I woke up this morning, I stayed off of social media, guys, because I knew when you wasn't hearing from me, I never went home. I wanted to know what was going on with Timmy. I would never have left Timmy that night if I would have knew I had the ability to take him with me. I thought it would be kidnapping. No, Timmy's an adult. He's never been declared.
Listen to me. It would have been kidnapping. It certainly would have been kidnapping. You stupid fool. What would his mother have done? You have no consideration for anybody. You're an idiot. And I think when I shut up, I think I actually say that over the video. So I'm just going to shut up because I think I've already spoken over this video. Hang on.
Mentally incapable.
But you would take him away from his mom. You're a fucking monster. You are a fucking monster. When you're thinking about Timmy, do you ever think about Lorraine? You ever think about how she would do without her son? Do you ever think about that they don't know taking away is maybe forever? You're a moron. You're a bully. And somebody needs to straighten your ass out. If you think for a second that what you did was right, if you think you should go home with a clean conscience, you're a fucking asswipe. Fucking the devil if you could walk around with a clean conscience and convince yourself that you are innocent of all of this shit. Bullshit.
I didn't know that. I thought they would get,
we thought you knew it all.
Depends something on me.
Shame on me, man. Sorry about that, guys. But, I was hot. I'm upset about this, just like you guys are. I'm really upset about this. And I'm upset that this guy hasn't even addressed the 3 people that are in the place because he can't deal with that guilt. He can't honestly look at the camera and deal with that guilt. I have no doubt. But he is trying to act like he is conscience-free, guilt-free, all of that. Nope. Right
now. Timmy ran to that car and hugged me for 15, 20 seconds because he didn't want to let go. And the only thing he said, standing right here beside me, was today, and I had started learning his...
Well, you kept giving him stuff. You were like a Santa Claus to him. And what, you want to see something deeper than that? You want to believe there's something deeper than that after you know this family for 2 months? And you did everything, so you couldn't have been focused on any one thing because you did everything, Eric. Come on.
Accurate. That meant you're coming back for me today. And I just shook my head no, and the look on his face. It told the whole story, guys.
Imagine the look on his face now.
He was getting a shower twice a day. His head was healed. He was clean. He was fed. Go back and watch that video when he woke up and he was watching Barney. I've never seen Timmy that happy.
Guys, what are you thinking? It's 9:30. He's not a good storyteller. He's terrible. Anybody that pays attention can catch him. Is throwing up in everybody's face that Patrick lost custody of his kids. That's horrible. Are you kidding me? Let's go over. You want to go over? You want to go over there and check it out? Let's go see if we can check it out. You want to go over there, guys? That's disgusting if he's doing that. That's disgusting. And I don't know why he didn't show the pictures of I'm not on his side. You know that, right? I would go over there and ask him where's the proof? He said he had a bunch of proof. I haven't seen any fucking proof yet, except a bunch of numbers written out and text messages that may or may not be true. Yeah, he's getting a lot of views. He's making a lot of money, and he's going to keep going on. I know we were just over there, Ginger. We were just over there. and I was losing it with him. We started writing in the chat. We wanted to know about the viewership, and a lot of us got blocked. We weren't answered. Yeah. You know, how is she going to hire an attorney? Somebody's going to have to take it on. They would most likely take it on. You think they would take it on? You seriously? I don't know about that. I know Dad talked today. I'm familiar with that channel. Thank you, though. Yeah. See, somebody wrote something like that to me a while ago. Like, you know, not a while ago. Oh, she's got to be. Exactly. Exactly. How would you like if somebody comes to your house and has you take an ultimatum, and then you get pissed off if they pick the person over the house? Like, what's wrong with you? He's a moron. So apparently he called social services on the family. Supernova X. I thought that he admitted to calling social services on the family. You want to check out his show, see what's going on over there? Let's see if we can find out what's going on over there. He's such a... Hang on. Let's see if we can find it. I got to see. Oops, that's not where I wanted to go. Oops, that's not where I wanted to go. Here we go. $82,000.4 subscribers. 82,000 subscribers. How many people are watching this video? 14,300 are watching this video. Do the math. Do the math. 8 for every 1,000. $8 for every 1,000. Don't forget all this money that was given to him, all for breaking up a family. Adopt Timmy, please, Eric. Please adopt Timmy, somebody says, because, you know, Lorraine isn't worth having her son, and Timmy might never miss his mom. Some people are just fucking stupid. Can I just tell you? Some people are stupid. You did the best you could. Some people are really morons. I'm sorry. You ain't one of them. You ain't one of them. You're over here saying shit about a man you already knew about because you look bad. So in order for you to save yourself, everybody else has got to look like shit. Isn't there somebody in the Gypsy verse that does that? Well, apparently it does when you touch it, Eric. Well, but you should have. That was your job. You did everything. So whose excuse is that? Whose fault would that be to go into business with somebody and not know who they are? But you know who the Whittakers are. You knew Patrick a little bit longer. That goes to show who you are. And this guy right here is an idiot. No, listen, hey, mate. People should have done some digging about you. Look it. And he still hasn't addressed where anybody is, right? He hasn't addressed where anybody is. I heard this guy doesn't have a family that talks to him. I heard this guy doesn't do so well himself. This guy right here. That's what I heard. I heard this guy don't do so well. Hang on, guys. My phone I thought this was plugged in, but apparently it was not plugged in. Now it is. All these people saying you should take Timmy. You should take Timmy. Let's do a DNA test on Timmy. What the fuck is wrong with these people? I want nothing to do with half of these people in this. These people are terrible. Come on. Those people are terrible. We'll do a video on that, on the stupid people in the chat, because like nobody gets to say so, right? Like Timmy should just, come on, man. This guy should adopt Timmy. Let him adopt one of your kids. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Guys, I think I'm ready to call it a night and to say thank you. I will do a video. I will do a breakdown of his bullshit, the stuff that we missed. Thank you, Lunar Wolf. It was Ray, because Ray was supposed to go to the orthopedic doctor that day, and he didn't. He went to a concert, and he knew about it. Eric knew about it, but he didn't tell anybody. He didn't tell anybody. He didn't tell anybody. They would have never hurt anybody. He was loving filming and showing. Look at what I did. Did you like that pizza? Was that a good pizza? What about that bag of chips there? That bag of chips, you know, that bag of chips was made by the Amish. That word means nothing to that family, I don't think. And who cares? It was all about just filming and making money off of them. Yep. Well, maybe he does have those charges, but that's a shitty thing for this guy to do. What was the purpose of talking about those charges? Let me ask you, what was the purpose of bringing up Patrick's old charges tonight? What was the purpose of that? Where is that have anything to do with the fact that Betty and them are separated from their family? Why? You know why? Because it's a distraction for what that guy right there caused. That's what that is. And he's got people, a lot of people in his comments that are stupid enough to be distracted by that, because apparently they can only see or do or think one thing at a time. And then they stop and they don't think, well, wait a minute, what about? Yeah. And I can't help people like that, buddies. I can't. She could literally, absolutely. Oh, it was all Mark's fault. Mark did not exploit the family. He certainly did not exploit the family. And he didn't make a big deal every time he gave them something. And he didn't film them from beginning to end. I just watched a couple of Mark's videos. And when he does film them, it's not from beginning to end. He'll mix it together, and he puts a nice little movie out, more or less. I don't think he got permits either. It's absolutely all lies. Has anybody heard Eric say what city in Georgia he's from? His name is Eric Carroll, Carroll. He does have a Facebook page. It might be on his Facebook page. That's right. His wife didn't have any problem with him being there, even though his father-in-law fell, her dad fell. Yeah, he's a liar. He is just so untrue. Mark showed receipts. Yes, he did. Absolutely. I don't know. Those that don't know, Mark lost his partner. He was sharing his life with somebody, and unfortunately the woman passed on. I'm not speaking about that. You can go check it out. You can go check it out on his channel. He put a video out about it. Exactly. That's what I said. Like, he can go, hey, I'm Eric. Give me the deed. Give me everything I need for this. Yeah. Come on. Hey, give me the permits. What? Oh, yeah. They have to see the whole, guys, when you have a house built, the town has to see the plans before they approve it. So where were the permits? Let's be real. Come on. Like, he really does think that people are stupid. He really thinks that people are stupid, and apparently some of his followers are. I didn't hear anything about that. And you know what? I don't know that they're out there digging for gold. It'd be funny if he did think that. Let him go out there and dig himself into a grave. He is so horrible. We'll say Eric does look bad. He won't admit it, but I think he's worried. I don't think there's going to be anything against him. I don't think there's going to be anything against him where he really has to worry. I really don't think so. The most he'll get, the most he will get is embarrassment. And something tells me that doesn't bother him. Eric is a music promoter. I don't believe that. I mean, I know he's got a YouTube channel about dads or something. Music promoter. Okay. I mean, anybody could be a music promoter. What kind of music does he promote was the question. I don't know. I mean, that's the first I'm hearing about it. The thing is, guys, is that, Mark had a spot fund me. Okay. So, or a GoFundMe, Mark did. This guy didn't want to do that. And you know why he said he didn't want to do it? Because of what happened last time with Betty getting the money. All he had to do was not give BJ getting the money. Or not give them the money every time they asked. That's all you had to do with that. You could have went ahead and still used a GoFundMe, a spot fund me. That would have been fine. That was his excuse. We won't do that because we can say, look at what happened before. Yeah, but we just won't give the money to them. Yeah, we won't say that. Nobody will figure that out. There are a bunch of idiots that follow us. Watch. That's what this guy was counting on. 15 million views on YouTube alone. Yeah, somebody's going to be eating lobster. Lobster and steak. It's not fraud because he was actually using them for content. Thank you, Terry. I don't know. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I'm sorry. I don't think it's going to be a problem because, yeah, I don't think so. I really don't think that. Yeah, he wasn't making the money. I could call my channel anything I want. My name is not Toddy One Skip. My parents didn't look at me and say, "Yo, Toddy, we're gonna call you Toddy One Skip, okay? We'll call your brother Toddy Two Skip, and we'll call your younger brother, all four paws." You know what I'm saying? That doesn't matter. I'm not being facetious. I'm being funny. I'm a little being facetious, a little bit, but there's nothing that's gonna come out of that. Oh, you think he wanted their land? I don't think he wanted their land. I think he wanted the money. Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Say it to my face. Heat Rilo, come on up and say it to my face. Mark has been through enough. I'm sure he will see this through. I don't know. I'm sure he will see this though. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that Mark's gonna get involved in this. I don't know what Mark can do. What can Mark do? I mean, they're in the state's care now. What can anybody do? I'm serious. They're in the state's care now. This is done. No, she did not. No, she did not. No, she did not. It doesn't matter whose mom is who or what is what. Listen, I don't want to talk about addiction and bash BJ. And I certainly, it's horrible if she has an addiction problem. She wouldn't be the only one. She wouldn't be the only person to steal. Eric had his own problem. He talked about his own problems. He acted like judge, jury, and prosecutioner, and that's not okay. That was really nice of you, Pinky. That's really Lucy's mom. Thank you for joining the membership. I appreciate you. Eric is drunk. He's talking out his sick, filthy ass and himself. Ooh. I don't know that he's drunk. I heard he doesn't drink. He's supposed to be on the wagon for a really long time now. So I would be careful with just accusing people of that. Please, somebody accused me of being drunk. You couldn't find alcohol in my house. Somebody accused me of being drunk. And that's not a good feeling, especially when you have no way of proving that you're not. So I'm not going to go there with him. I'm going to say he's a horrible person because that I 1000% believe, but I can't say that he's drinking. I'm not going to go there. Betty needs a restraining order against them. They're not going to bother Betty. Are you kidding me? Betty's not their content. They're not going to bother. They'll probably never see Betty again. I don't know, I don't know. How can she sort this out? What do you want her to do? I'm just asking. What do you want? What do you want her to do? Again, this is done. This is over. All we can honestly do. This isn't even about the Whittakers. This is about this guy that fucked up that family. Because they're not. I can't see them getting out of there. I really can't see them getting out of there and letting them go back into that house after everything. Betty would have continued doing this to her dying day. But somebody looking in on this is not going to let those three go back to Betty or to that house. It's not going to happen. It's sad. It's very sad because that's all they knew. And this guy's making money. He gets paid for breaking up a family. It's absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. It's disgusting. I just want you guys to think about Lorraine. Just think about Lorraine. She can't communicate. Her sister took care of her. Betty took care of her. We see it in every video. She's not pulling her sister along. She's gently taking her sister's hand, and she's always saying, Lorraine, do you want this? Lorraine, she was looking out for her sister. She's an 80-year-old woman who I saw her bend over to tie Timmy's shoes in one of these most recent videos. She was doing the best she could. I'm not saying things couldn't have been better, but this is the worst of the worst. And you know what gets me? I see some people saying, well, this is probably the best. Where in what world is this the best when there's people that don't understand what's going on? And people that are 80 years old that have no way of getting to. She doesn't drive. There is a heartbreak here. All because somebody wanted money. There is a heartbreak here. So, that's absolutely 100% horrible. Anyway, guys. Jason Whittaker's on the registry. Well, the thing is that, okay, so first of all, that house has been there for a minute, right? So even if it's not on their property, nobody was moving it. Excuse me, nobody was moving it. It wasn't bothering anybody. So he has picked up everything he can to throw at the wall, and nothing sticks, Eric, except for the fact of what you did. And what you did was you broke up this family. So, oh, absolutely. Is that what you're talking about? Guys, if you look anywhere, I'm serious. There, you're absolutely right. And it's incredibly sad. I don't care which area you live in, whether there's money or not money, there are bad people all around us. There are offenders that are on registries all around us. You are 1000% right, man. You are 1000% right. But it doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter. It doesn't, that's not the reason. That's not the reason for the family to be broken up. You understand? That's not the reason for that. Eric doesn't owe them a home anymore because Eric's not going to build a home for Larry and Betty. He already said that. He already said that. He's gone. He's gone. He made his money. He doesn't care about the damage he left behind. He's gone. You're absolutely right. Mark Leda walked away. Mark Leda walked away. You know, you can go get that anywhere. I'm sure if there's, I don't know the area he's at, but you can get that out of Western Union. You could have something printed out for you. I'm sorry, guys. I am going to start calling this though, because I don't want to keep yawning like this. You can go to a Western Union, a Staples, office supply. I guess there's no more office supplies, but you can go to a hotel. You can go walk into a hotel and say, listen, I'm not a guest in your hotel. I really need to print something out. Do you by chance have a conference center where I could pay? And a lot of hotels will do that for you. So that's how I think. Or he had somebody print it out and give it to him. This guy could have given it to him. I don't know. Eric felt the need to do that so that he would cause distractions, so that he could alleviate his own guilt, but it's not working. Also question Eric, why is he repeatedly saying he gets 3 hours sleep per night? Yeah. He's terrible. He's just not a good guy. This is not a good guy. Hey, Susanna. All right, guys, I'm not going to keep doing this, and I am tired. I'm going to, in the morning, I'm going to listen to his live, and if there's anything to add to it, I'm going to add to it, and we're going to stay on this and see what comes of it, okay? Guys, I'm going to check down. I'm just going to go down now because I am so far behind on the chat. I am so sorry, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was very kind of you. Thank you so much. I wish I called the authorities while Timmy was at the Airbnb. I don't know. I don't think the authorities needed to be called. Lorraine got her potato chips, all right. Yeah. Yeah, look at what it cost her, huh? Look at what it cost her. Eric is a self-serving monster. He needs to be put in jail. He's an a user. I bet you that's what that should have said. Or Ray. Folks, does anyone else feel uneasy about all these jokers? Lewd obscene activities, folks. Come on, folks. They're sickos, folks. I don't know who's being lewd. Excuse some men really just threatened to go take their dogs. I did hear that. I did hear that somebody said that. I did hear somebody say that the dogs should be taken away. So Betty, who loves her dogs, listen, she loves those dogs and her family's gone now. So let's just take everything from her. Why don't you give her a gun while you're there and say goodbye? I mean, come on. Oh, I mean, how demonic do you have to be so bad? Let it fly, girl. I don't know if he's on. I don't want to accuse anybody of doing that. I don't want to accuse anybody of. I don't want to accuse anybody of him being DR UGS. He doesn't have a wife because he's gay. I don't think he's gay. 2 years ago on Channel Dad Talk, I have watched a little bit of his Dad Talk. I did. I promise you, I did. They blocked you. I'm sorry, CK. I'm sorry they blocked you because you called them out on donation. That's the thing. That is the thing, guys. You don't have to subscribe, but please go check out Issues with Toddy One Skip. It's my other channel. And go look at March's. Wait. Let's do it. Let's do it together. Hang on. Hang on a second. Let's see if we can't do this together. Share a screen. Hello. Okay, let's see. Issues with 21 Skip. That's not how you spell the name, but we're going to go with it anyway. Let's go to my channel. And let's go to posts. All right, so this post was in March. So let's go to it. Hang on, guys. I'm sorry. I just want to find something real quick and show you. It's going to take a minute because it was a while ago. So let's see what we got. It's so far down here. Hang on. 2 months ago. I think it was 4 or 6 months ago. Let's see. All right. That was when I got extorted, guys. Just so you know. Let's see. It should be coming up. This is proof of the packet. That's the warden. No, that's something that I did for somebody. Didn't get paid for it. Let's see. Information I have. That was for the other thing that we did. Hey guys, sorry about that. Nick's inmate number. So that was to write to Nick. Hang on. Here it is. Coming up. I'm sorry. I'm looking for it. Okay, guys. So this is what we did. Guys, you don't have to watch this. That's fine. I'll go ahead and put the link up. Hang on. I'll go ahead and put the link up here for anybody that wants to see if I do what I say and say what I do. And you can check that out on your own. Because, yeah. So, you know, my channel will be 2 years monetized in March. So that first year wasn't even a full year of monetization. I got monetized in, I think I only had 8 months that I was monetized. But, you know, I did what I was supposed to do. So like Eric says, when you do what's right, you have nothing to worry about. Eric. Anyway, guys, I'm trying to find the link that I just put up so that I can go ahead and just pin it up here so that you guys can get to it and see it for yourselves without me doing that. It's just me. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much. There is really no benefit in being a member except supporting the channel. Just so you know, I don't have any special things for members because I just think that everybody's trying to make it in this world. And I just have a problem giving a little bit more to people that can afford it. Everybody should enjoy what they can enjoy. It doesn't cost me any more for people that pay than people that don't pay. But I appreciate those of you that want to support the channel and are able to. But there's absolutely no hard feelings if you can't and you don't want to. Because, again, I get views. So I appreciate that. I am really trying to find that link that I just put up, but I can't find it. So I'm going to come all the way to the bottom. I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to pin it. And I'm going to pin it. Where'd it go? All right. I'm going to pin it right there because how do I get rid of that part right there? I don't know. I'm pinned it there so that you guys, if you wanted to, you can check that out. Anyway, guys, thank you, Pinky L. I'm going to call it a night. But I thank all of you for allowing me to be part of your evening. And so for this page, I'm going to do the same thing, CK, and all of the Whittaker's videos, 10% after taxes will go. I want to say it's going to go to the Whittakers. I don't know the situation the Whittakers are going to be in. So it's going to go for something for the Whittakers. And if the Whittakers aren't able to accept money or we don't know where they're at, then I'll sit down with you guys and you guys will tell me. We'll take a vote. We'll take a vote and we'll decide where that money goes. Okay. And yeah, 10% of all of my stuff, unless I give 100% for something, 10% of the whole channels go to something. You know what I'm saying? So guys, I'm going to call it a night and I'm going to thank you guys so much again. And I'm going to stay on this and I appreciate you guys. All right. So guys, have a great night and I'll see you tomorrow in the videos. So take care, guys. Thank you again. Thank you so much, guys. Be well. Be well, guys. Thank you.